All right, it'll be just a couple minutes. I am actually just sending out the link to everybody right now. So whoever's on here, just wait a couple minutes. I am sending out the link to everybody. So let me see here. All right, does somebody want to chat and just write something on the messages just to see if I can see that? This is actually my first time doing a live event through YouTube. So just trying to see how this works. All right, guys, bear with me. We're going to start at 7:10. Okay, right now 7:07. We're going to give everybody 3 more minutes to hop on. All right, hold up. All right, we're gonna start in just 1 minute, okay? And still trying to figure out how I can view the messages. Okay, just 1 minute here. Here we go. All right, okay, perfect. I see the messages now. All right. Just post here. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start. Okay, we have 5 viewers, but it really doesn't matter to me. I'm just gonna share some things with you that's, you know, hopefully it'll be able to help you out. Can you guys hear me? Hear me well? I'm gonna move my microphone over here. So if you can hear me, just put yes, and then we're gonna go ahead and start. Perfect. All right, Sean, thank you so much. All right, guys, so what this webinar is going to be about is I just want to share with you guys my thoughts and my feelings about IML, why IML, and then after I talk about that, I'm going to go over and do a little bit of charting and just share with you some basic things about day trading and Forex day trading, okay? So first of all, let me share with you a little bit about myself. My name is Daytrading Xiong, and I've been marketing online full-time for the last 4 years. So it's been a dream come true, okay? I haven't had to go to a 9 to 5, and so I've been able to work from home for the last 4 years. And I made some pretty good amount of money in online, but the thing is, I also lost a lot of money online, okay? So I know what type of opportunities are out there, and a lot of them are not very good, okay? So when IML, when I was introduced to IML, it was like a breath of fresh air, okay? To know that, you know what, this is a legit company that is gonna last for a long time, okay? And so it's kind of like a diamond within all the rust, okay? And so there was actually several people who talked to me about IML or sent me their links and asked me to join and stuff like that. But I decided to join my buddy Dawn. And the reason is because Dawn and we were at that time, Dawn was actually one of my downlines in like another business venture that we were doing. But you know, here's the thing about that too, that, you know, and hopefully this will also be a good lesson for you guys. When you're in business with people, you want to treat your people good, okay? You want to build that relationship with those people, whether they be your upline or your downline, okay? Because I joined Dawn because we have this business relationship already. I knew him, I knew he was a good guy, and that's why I joined him, okay? Even though other people had talked to me about IML first, all right? So all that stuff doesn't matter. What matters when people join you is they join you, not really the business. It's about building that relationship, and it's about building that personal. You got to personalize yourself with everybody. That you got to connect with everybody that you do business with. Okay, so that's one important lesson I want to share with you. Okay, so anyways, talking about IML. What I see in IML, guys, here's the thing. Online And any type of business. If it's a business that requires recruiting and selling, it's going to be very tough. It's going to be a tough business to break, and it's going to be a tough business to make money. Okay, and honestly, in the past, before I got into online marketing, I was in like other network marketing companies before too, where it's more traditional. You do home meetings and you do business meetings, and you know, I managed to make a six-figure income in those businesses too. But you know, the thing is, I had to really grind. You know, I mean, you're really selling real products and services, but you got to go out there, see people. You got to like really just. It just took a lot of time. I just remember, you know, just being gone all the time, driving across California, everywhere, and yeah, like Amway. Okay, so those type of businesses are very tough. Now, some of the easier businesses that I found online are the businesses where it does not require recruiting or selling and stuff like that, and people could just come in, maybe put in some money, do some you know, the rev shares, the hips, and stuff like that. Those things are easy money, but the problem with those are they do not last, and you know, most of them, you know, turn out to be scams. Most of them don't last more than like a year, maybe two. Okay, some of them die after a couple months. So you got to be careful of the type of businesses that you join. All right. So what I see in IML is that it's got a combination of both. It's got the passive income where somebody could actually come in and they don't have to do any selling or recruiting. They can actually use the auto trader, put away some money, and be able to make money that way. Okay, so that's one. The second thing is, this is a product-driven company, and looking at the compensation plan and the way that it's set up, it's all about product, moving products, okay? And that falls in line with the FTC guidelines. And so I'm very confident that this company is not going to run into any trouble with the FTC. I'm confident that it's not going to get shut down, okay? And so now I could confidently work on this business without having to worry about, is it going to be legit in the future, or are we going to get shut down, and is all my hard work going to go to waste, okay? So those are the key points why I have decided to put away and all the other little side businesses that I'm doing and solely focus on IML, okay? Another aspect of IML is that we're dealing with Forex trading, okay? And so this is a skill that once when you learn, I see it as a way, I see this as my ticket out, okay? Because once when you learn trading and you can make money off of your own trades and you can make a living off of trading, guess what? You don't ever have to join any other businesses again. You don't ever have to have a 9-to-5 ever again, okay? If you can make a good living doing trading, okay? So a little background on myself. When I was 22 years old, okay? When I was 22 years old, I became a stockbroker, okay, for a very large Fortune 500 online brokerage firm, okay? I passed that Series 7 test, you know, the test that Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness. I passed that test. That thing was like freaking hard. It was a 6-hour long test, 300 questions, okay? Probably the hardest test I ever taken in my life. So anyways, as a stockbroker, you know, I was able to help a lot of day traders and people. You know, I didn't day trade, and the reason why is because it took a lot of money in stocks to day trade, okay? If you're trading stocks, you know, you could maybe put a couple hundred or something and, you know, buy some stocks, like maybe penny stocks. But if you're gonna do day trading, like open a position and close it on the same day, they will categorize you as a pattern day trader, and you need a minimum of $25,000 to day trade stocks, okay? So I never got involved because I never had $25,000 at that time anyways. And to me, the perception of day trading was super hard. Like, you know, it's just that it was super hard, and it took a lot of money to be able to day trade. And that was my perception. That's why I never looked into Forex, because I figure, okay, it's just another market, and it takes a lot of money, in which I didn't have, to day trade. Okay. Fortunately, guys, the times have changed from back when I was 22 to now. Okay, so it's been a long time. Okay, so the internet was basically just kind of booming. Okay, it really wasn't. We didn't have all the information that we have right now. Okay, I mean, at that time I did look into day trading, but I looked at all these technical analysis books, and that just kind of confused me. Fundamental analysis, you know, I'm like, what the heck, right? But now day trading is so easy, guys, with all the information that we have out there on YouTube. You know, I mean, books, I'm never much of a big reader, but you know, there's books, there's YouTube videos, there's other training courses, there's all these other guys and people popping up to be like pro traders. Okay, so like in our team, and we have our master trader Jed. I mean, it took him like about 9 months or so, but he became really, really good. Okay, now that's not possible back in the days when I was in the market and working in the market, because you know, all the day traders I knew back then, I mean, it took them years to develop those really good skills. Okay, but Forex, guys, is an area where anybody could be able to get in and be able to make money. You don't need 25,000, you know, just a couple $100, be able to start up your account and be able to get your feet wet and be able to learn, you know, from some of the best traders. Okay, so I've never seen so many people become pro traders in my life. And thanks to the internet, thanks to the information age, and all the training that we have here in IML. You know, I was on the webinar earlier with Christopher Terry, listening to him update everybody, and it is really, really exciting what we have going on here at IML. Okay, and I really believe that this company is going to be here for the long term, and it's going to be to our benefit. Okay, all the training, IML Academy that's coming out, it's going to be pretty awesome, and I'm really excited to see all that training and you know, to go through it. And so so that's why, okay, that's why I wanted to join IML, and that's why I think this is the perfect company to stick around with, to do business with. And so, you know, when you're out there talking to people and you want to share the opportunity, you want to share that, yeah, you're getting results from like the signals from Jed, but the key, guys, the key is the FX signals live. Okay, it's the auto trader. Okay, if you can sell the auto trader, you're gonna grow a team, and that team is gonna stick around with you, because if people are using the auto trader and they got money in the auto trader, do you think that they're going to cancel their account? Do you think they're going to quit? Probably not, right? But if they are only here taking signals from Jed, what happens when there's a bad trade? Okay, Jed is not like 100%. I mean, he's pretty good, but he's not 100%. So what if they happen to come in and they get one bad trade? What do you think is going to happen, right? Or what if they come in, you can't control their lot size. You could tell them over and over that, hey, money management, you know, and all that. But it's going to be up to them to put in how much they want to risk and trade. And so you can't control that. What if they're trading too big of a lot size and they blow their account, and they're not in the auto trader, so they don't have anything to tie them down to the business, okay? So you need to get all your team members onto the auto trade if you want to keep your team. That's all I got to say about that. All right. But here's the key thing though. If you use the auto trader, let me show you guys something. Okay. This is really, really powerful. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see it. Oops. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I forgot my password. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I have my password saved, and so when I'm using a different browser, I keep forgetting. But all right, so I just want to share something with you guys, okay? So these traders right here, these guys have proven themselves already. You can see their track record, okay? So I'm gonna take Smooth Sterling for example, okay? So you look at Smooth Sterling right here, right? The growth is at 80% so far, okay? His compound monthly growth is 6.77, all right? So what does this mean? Hold on. His compound monthly growth is 6.77. Now, how many of you guys know about the rule of 72? Okay. So if you know about the rule of 72, then you know that whatever the interest rate is, if you take 72, you divide it by that interest rate, and 6.722, I'm just going to do 6.7. I'm just going to do 6%, okay? Let's make the math simple. Divided by 6. That comes to 12, okay? So the rule of 72 says that if you take the interest rate that you're getting on a year basis, you divide it into 72, it's going to equal the number of years it will take for your money to double. But in this case, because it's compound monthly, we're going to say it's compounded monthly. We take 72 divided by that compound monthly rate, it's going to give us the number of months it will take for our money to double. So in this case, you're looking at 12 months at 6% compound monthly growth, 6% every month. In 12 months, your money will double, okay? Now, this is not, this is documented, okay? That's what this guy's done in the last 10, 11 months, okay? So it's documented. Here's proof that he's been able to do that, okay? So if he can continue to do this at 6%, every 12 months, your money doubles. Now, let's see how powerful that is. Can you guys see my little calculator here? Oops. I don't know why I can't make this bigger. Okay, a little bit bigger. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just say you start off with $1,000 in that account. If it doubles every year, here's what it's going to look like. Year 2, I'm going to say, okay, so on your first year, it's going to double to 2,000, right? So now second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, seventh year, eighth year, ninth year, 10th year, okay? Guys, do you guys see that number right there? Okay? With just $1,000 to start in your auto trade account. In 10 years, you're looking at $1 million, okay? This is compound monthly at 6%. If Smooth Sterling can keep this up at 6% per month, this is what you're looking at in 10 years, okay? Now, don't start saying, oh, it's 10 years is so long. You think about how fast 10 years have passed. 10 years ago, where were you? And 10 years now, from 10 years ago, are you any better off than you were 10 years ago, right? I mean, how's your 401k doing? Okay, how's your IRA doing? All right, this can be any mutual fund, can be any type of investment that I know of out there, okay, except for maybe some of these top hedge funds that you have to have millions of dollars in order to participate, okay? So this, guys, gives the small guys a chance, okay? This gives us an opportunity to play in with the big boys, okay, without having to have $250,000 in assets and $1 million in assets to do it, okay. All right, so nobody's what do you guys think so far? I need to hear some feedback from you, okay, so I know that you guys are with me on here. All right, so you guys liking this so far? Okay, so 30 minutes into it now. I said that I was going to go over some charting and stuff like that for you guys too. So let's go ahead and do that, okay? All right. Wow, that was deep. 10 years goes by quick. Yes. Okay. So you guys just do the math, okay? And all you got to do is go and share this with 2 people. If you don't have your 2 yet, go share with 2 people. Make it free for yourself, okay? It's so simple. All right, I'm going to share my screen again, and then I'm going to go over some charting for you guys, okay? All right, so first of all, let me share this with you guys. All right, so this, guys, is TradingView, okay? If you want to learn charting, if you want to, you know, do charting and you want to learn, I really think this is the best platform for you to learn, okay? It's free. You can get in and be able to, you know, chart your own stuff. I believe with the free version, you can save up to 5 charts. I actually have the pro version because, you know, I want to save all my charts. So, but it's free. Anybody could get on here and be able to have an account and do some charting. The cool thing about TradingView is that you can actually, let me go into my account here. You can, you know, TradingView is kind of like, Facebook in a way, connected with traders. So it's like social media meets trading, okay? So on here, you're gonna, basically it's a social media platform where you get to chit chat with other traders around the world, share ideas, you get to see their ideas and what they have. And I think it's really the best way for you to learn, okay? And so on top of that, I mean, you can publish your ideas and see, you know, test your own knowledge and test to see if it actually comes out the way that you want, okay? So right now, I mean, I just opened my account not too long ago. I'm not really trying to publicize myself, okay? I have like, all of a sudden I have 6 people following me. I don't know where they came from, but I only have 3 published ideas, and I have 182 views, 5 likes, and, you know, so anyway, so that's kind of like your reputation, you know, online, but on TradingView. But, you know, these are just some of the ideas that I published. And you know, the cool thing about it is that, let's say, for instance, if I click on this idea right here, you know, if you're charting and once when you have your chart all laid out, and you want to test your knowledge, you want to see if it actually, you know, it actually happens the way that you say or you predict. If you want to see if your analysis is correct, right? Then you can chart it, and then you could hit publish. Once when you hit publish, you can't change anything, okay? And it stays exactly like that. And then what's going to happen is that you could go back to it, and if you take a look, there's a little button right here, right? Okay, so I did this like over a month ago, this chart right here. And basically what I was thinking is that, okay, so according to my technical analysis, this is Euro JPY. Basically, it's going down. You see that red line right here? This is a red line for day support on the day chart, okay? This is a support area for the day chart. And so because it hit this line, I was looking at this and I was thinking, okay, because it hit this line, it's going to come back up. Maybe it'll retest, but most likely it's going to go back up if it doesn't break through. And it's going to be pretty, most of the time, it'll go back up because it's a day support, okay? So let me go ahead. You see this little button right here? If you click on it, it's going to show you how it played out, okay? So here's kind of how everything played out. So once when it hit this, so I stopped right there, and then it went like this, and it did come back and it retested on that support line, and it did go back up and it hit the price range that I figure it will go to. So right around this price range, okay? And because I have this trend line right here as a resistance area, okay? So it didn't pass this, that's why it did not go up to this area, because if it did pass through this line, then yes, it would go up here. But it didn't. It hit here to that area, and then it dropped, and then you notice how it kind of like hovered around this support area. Once when it broke through, it just dropped, okay? So that's support and resistance for you. And then I have some other published ideas here too, and this one is more recent. I only share this with a couple team members, but this was a trade that all of us were in, like, you know, earlier this week or sometime just a couple days ago. But anyways, I did this about 7 days ago. This is for the AUD USD, and basically we all kind of thought that maybe this would drop to hell, right? And I don't know if anybody really, if you guys saw this red line right here, basically I drew this line even before it started to drop, okay? Because of the fact that this right here is a day, on the day chart, you'll see that this is a real huge support area as a trend line for this pair. So it did drop. A lot of people made money, but the ones that held on and they thought it was going to go all the way down here, in which normally with the head and shoulders formation, once when it breaks the neckline, it will drop a lot further, like, you know, according to however long this area is, okay? So you take this area and then you would take it down here, and that's how far it will drop. However, it never dropped like that because of this huge support line, okay? So basically I shared with a couple team members, I just said USD hit support and bounce back up. This is a very strong support trend line. If it does not break through, most likely we are on an uptrend. The neckline will not break. I will close out and take profit whenever you can. Don't wait for the big drop to TP. If it does break the bottom trend line, this right here, then possibility it will drop to hell, okay? So this is what I said, and this is what happens, okay? So as you can see, it went up right there, and it did come back down here. It didn't go all the way to the trend line, but it really is starting to go up on an uptrend, okay? So this helps me feel, this helps me see whether or not I'm improving on my technical analysis. And anybody can do this. You can go on there and do this too, okay? Now, if we go over to the charts, let me see here. Okay. Wow. All right. Gold just spiked back up. It's a good thing I took profit on this. Okay. So I was in a trade earlier with gold, and I set a sell limit to at 1335 right here. And because of this bearish flag right here, right? And so it dropped down. I put my TP to like right around 1328 right here. And it dropped right here. I took 70 pips profit right here, okay? And I'm glad that I did. Wow, I did not expect this spike to go back up like this. But sometimes, you know, you can't wait for like a big drop and make the big money, you know? You gotta just aim for like small pips, or like, you know, pick a number, 25, 50 pips, you know, make that your goal for each day, okay? And over time, as you focus on pips, your income will grow, and just control your lot size, okay? Because I'm not counting money, I'm just counting pips. So if I can make 50 pips per day, so 50 pips per day, and if I'm playing with just a mini lot at 0.10, 50 pips per day is only $50, right? But those $50 add up, and as they keep on adding up and adding up, and pretty soon my accounts get bigger and bigger. When I'm playing at a standard lot at 1.0, if I continue to make just 50 pips per day, that's $500 per day, okay? So if you keep that mindset of counting pips instead of counting dollars, that's gonna also improve your trading. And it's also gonna control you from the gains and the losses. And guys, look, I also have some kids, and so, you know, right now they're kind of bothering me, but knocking at the door. Just give me a minute, okay? Hold on. I have to text my wife to tell them to tell her to come and get him. Hold on, Adam. I can't come help you right now. Sorry, guys.
Hello?
What do you guys think? You guys liking this so far? Hey, can you come get Adam? I am actually, I'm in the middle of a webinar right now. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, so let me see. Where were we? XAU USD. Okay. So look, I have a lot of crazy stuff going on here. Okay, but let me just take all this stuff off. But here's the thing about charting. Okay, when you first start charting and stuff, just you wanna keep everything very basic at first. Okay, you don't want to like clutter your screen with all these indicators and all that stuff and everything. Okay, now mine looks kind of like clutter in a way because I have a lot of trend lines, because I have support and resistance lines from the day chart and also the from the hourly chart and stuff like that. So it looks like that, but I can read it. This is good for me. Okay, but what you really actually want to do is you want to start off and do something very basic with just nothing on there, and you gotta like learn how to read the charts just for what they are, just naked, okay, with nothing on there, and so that you can recognize certain things and certain patterns. Okay, so when you're looking at something like this, okay, and guys, I'm not going to go too deep into this, because you know what, Christopher Derrick does a great job on the London session. If you really want to learn to chart and all the details and stuff, you just go and attend some of his sessions. He's going to teach you how to really chart. Okay, but I want to just share some basic things with you that maybe he might not be covering. Okay, yeah, what you want to do is just kind of like go through the naked charts and see some of the patterns. You know, you see like all of this consolidation area right here. All of this is price action and and it tells that like the price hovers around these areas. Okay, so you got to pay attention to those areas, and you'll know that basically those are the areas of support and resistance. Okay, now why is support and resistance important? It all comes down to this. Oops. So support and resistance is important because that is the foundation of how you're going to trade. It's not so important how much you win. Okay, a lot of people online, they talk about being like 80%, 90%. Some even say they're 100%. Right? That's ridiculous. Winning, right? But it's not about how much you win. It's more important how much, it's not important how many times you win versus how many times you lose. It's more important how much you win and how much you lose, okay? It's about risk to reward ratio, okay? So, because, here, let me explain, okay? A person could say, hey, I'm 90% trader, okay? I win 90% of the time. But what you don't know is that if that person is 90% of the time, but it only takes that one trade, that one bad trade to knock them down, and their account may have been blown already, okay? I could brag about being 90% trader too, but it doesn't help if I'm broke, because I got 9 trades that were good and I made a little bit of money, but I had one bad trade that knocked my account down all the way back to where I started, or maybe even 0, right? But a person trading at maybe 50%, 60% can still make more money than a person who's not controlling their lot size and win and having a higher win ratio, because you really actually can make money even though you're just at 50%. Okay, how does that work? It only works if you are controlling your risk to reward ratio. And the only way to control your risk to reward ratio is your lot size position and trading close to support, and also trading close to resistance, okay? So let me write that down. Risk to reward and lot size positioning. These two things are the most important things when it comes to trading, okay? Because this is what's gonna make you or break you, okay? You can be a really good trader, but if you're not paying attention to this, one of these days you're gonna end up with a bad trade that's really gonna hurt you. And basically you're gonna start off all over again, okay? And let me show you guys a little picture to illustrate what I mean. So this is my Pinterest, and let me see, any questions so far? Okay, hey, no problem, Sean. Okay, so let me share with you guys something, okay? So this is my Pinterest, and don't mind all the girly stuff in here, okay? I know that the majority of users on Pinterest are ladies, and so I just put a lot of this stuff catering to the ladies. That's why I have that stuff there. But on here, I have a board that says Forex trading, okay? I'm gonna leave you guys a link so that you can have access to this. Basically, if you go here, if you go to my Forex trading board, you're gonna see 227 pins. And basically, whatever you wanna learn about Forex and charting and the market, I think I have mostly everything covered in here. Like, for instance, this is just a basic little, picture that shows you about, the candlesticks. That's the high, that's the close, that's the open, right? And that's the lowest that it went for this hour or for this day, for this candlestick, okay? So you can learn about these things just by looking at these pictures. If you want to learn about trading divergence, okay? What your indicator says and what the price says, such as this. This is divergence right here, right? If your indicator shows a high, but a lower high, but the price is showing a lower high and then a higher high, it's gonna drop. Okay, that's trading divergence. You know, you can learn about that just by looking at that picture. You know, NFP, you know, I have that, and look at this, you know, trading chart patterns, right? You can look at this, the head and shoulders position. Where do you enter? You enter right here when it breaks the neckline. Actually, there's two entries. You can actually do an entry right up here at the top and then get out when it gets to the neckline and then re-enter when it breaks the neckline, or you could just wait till it breaks the neckline and then enter, okay? And then you could just, you know, double top, you know, that's where you enter, that's your target, okay? So you could kind of see that. More patterns, and you know, I have some, you know, some quotes. You know, these are some of the guys that make Forex big, and some of the big names in Forex. Just some really cool charts and some pictures and things like that. Okay, Forex basic order types. Okay, for those of you that are still wondering what are stop orders, what are stop loss, what are limit orders, market orders, you know, you could read about that. This is really good for the beginners and people who don't understand this stuff yet. Okay, lot size positioning. Okay, I have that picture here, but the one I want to show you is this one right here. Okay, so the loss of capital. Now pay close attention. Okay, think about this. Let's say you start off your account with $200. Okay, if you lose just 50% of 200, you lose 50% of 200. Now you're down to 100. You know how much it takes to be able to get back up to that 200? You can't make it by just earning 50% more. You have to make 100% more, because now your account's only 100, right? You need to make 100 more, which is 100% more on top of that, just to break even. Okay, so that's why it's super hard to try and get back up once when you've been knocked down. That's why you need to make sure that you are not over betting, you're not over trading by putting in too big of a lot size for your account. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll leave a link down here on the video so that you guys can access that. Actually, I'm gonna just type it in here to do. I'm gonna go here. Okay, so you know what? Yeah, like I said, if you guys really want to learn charting, I mean, I'd go over this stuff too, but I feel like it'd be a waste of time. You know, Christopher Derrick is already doing a great job. Hopefully these things, hopefully you guys found value in the things that I talked to you about today. Basically, yeah, charting is real simple, guys. You just draw trend lines, and you just know that, okay, so this right here, let me just look at something good here. All right, so let me take, for instance, let's take a look at this right here. Okay, trend line goes from one point to the other point, and what you want to do is just get it to touch some of these points. Okay, so this is how I draw my trend line. And then if you go here, let me do another line up here. I'm just going to take from this point up to this point right here, cross it over just like that. Okay, so now support and resistance. Once again, you got your trend line here as your support. This trend line up here is your resistance. Now, risk to reward ratio, what you will do, okay? But before I go into this risk to reward ratio, let me just say this, okay? If you're taking signals from Jet, he does not trade with any stop loss. So if you're gonna take his signal, I would say just do whatever he says, okay? just forget about what I tell you right now. Whatever he tells you to do, just do what he says, okay? But if you're going to trade on your own, then this is what you should do to minimize your risk. You want to trade at closest to support area and closest to resistance area, okay? Now, the reason is because let's say you place, let's say you're right, let's say this goes right here, okay? You see here, it starts here, it goes right here, it bounces off right here, okay? It goes up here, and it goes here, and it goes here, and then goes right here, and it gets kind of close to the support area. You think that this is a buying opportunity, okay? So you can place a buy right here in this area, and you could do a stop loss. You could set your stop loss right down here somewhere, okay? Right down here, because you know that if it breaks through this trend line right here, there's a good chance that it's gonna fall, it's gonna go down deeper, okay? So that's how you minimize your loss, okay? By placing your trades close to the support area. Because Forex really is a game of probabilities. Nobody is 100% sure how it's gonna play out, okay? So the only thing that you can do is minimize your risk and put the probabilities on your side, okay? And same thing with resistance, okay? It's hit here, it went up here. It is a good sell area, and you could put a stop loss like right above here somewhere, okay? And given that, you know, you drew like all these other resistance and support areas horizontally, so you know that this area right here is going to be pretty strong for it to break, okay? And then that'll just kind of, you know, so if it goes up here, that means that the trade is no longer valid. What your analysis, it was wrong. So what? You move on to the next trade. And it's good that you want to minimize your risk so that you keep your losses small, and you want to look for the potential for gain, okay? So risk to reward, well, you take a look at this. If I measure this right here to up here, I'm looking at maybe I'm looking at maybe a 40 pip risk, okay? 40 pip risk if it hits my stop loss, but the potential for gain, you look at that, you take that, it could potentially drop all the way to the support area of this trend line, which is like 300 pips, okay? So you're risking 40 pips to gain 300 pips, okay? All right, so I think you know, that's it, guys. There's not too much to trading. You know, if you understand support and resistance, and you're minimizing your risk through risk and reward ratio, you can place your own trades just by going out there. Okay, just draw your trend lines and draw your support and resistance areas. Okay, and you got this. Okay, so this is a resistance area. Okay. All right, so let me check the questions, and if no questions, then I think we're going to conclude. All right. Okay, guys, any questions? No questions? All right, guys, so hopefully you got some value out of this. I appreciate you guys listening to me, and I will see you in the chat room. And a lot of times I don't spend a lot of time chatting and stuff in the chat room, so I'm not all that active. But if you ever need to get a hold of me, I'm on Facebook, so just go ahead and message me or something. I also have some great videos on my YouTube channel if you guys want to check those out. And that's it. Let's rock it. IML is gonna be big, guys. So I'm excited to be in the business with you, and let's go out there and let's kill it. All right.